Alright, I got a Glock 21 to try out here today. It's 45 ACP. This one's on loan to me again by my buddy Andrew. Appreciate that. Just going to put some Winchester 230 grain round nose through it and probably try mag of this atomic stuff here. Which, by the way, if you've never seen this, this is about the hottest 45 ACP you can get. 600 foot-pounds of energy. I did throw this in an old gel test, most powerful 45 ACP rounds. I'll link that in the description if you want to check that out. It's one of my older videos, so not that great. But everything in that video and all the other calibers I did in those versions of those videos, I'm going to be doing individual gel tests coming up with measurements, retained weight, and all that. So, but if you want to see that now, most powerful 45 ACP video, it's a pretty long one, but I'll put a link in the description. So when I had Andrew out here a few weeks ago, a little shooting video we did down here on the pistol bay, he let me shoot this and I really liked it. So I asked him if I could review it. I have experience with the Glock 17 in both Gen 4 and Gen 5, which I really like. As most as you know, that's the full-size 9mm. I also have a G35, which is a extra long 40 Smith & Wesson. And I can shoot that 17 real fast because of the low recoil of the 9mm. Then when I step up to my 40, not quite as fast there due to the extra recoil. It takes a little longer to get back on target because of the muzzle flip. I mean, we're talking fractions of a second, but I do notice I'm faster with the Glock 17 and 9mm than I am the Glock 35 and 40 Smith & Wesson. So when I was out here shooting this with Andrew, I was surprised that I was at least as fast with this, if not faster, than I was with my G35 and 40 Smith & Wesson. I figured if anything, if I was slower with the 40 cal than the 9, then I'm going to be even slower with the 45 ACP, but that's not the case. However, I think a big part of that is these Talon grips here. I really like these. So I've always heard about these and seen other people use them. Never actually got to handle them before. I gotta say, I am in love. That is a huge difference between any factory grip, no matter how much texturing and bite it has. And then we also got the TG H3 night sights on there as well, so they're green at night. But these are also just an upgrade. This thing won't focus for me very well, so I can tell you though, they're quicker acquisition than the factory Glock sights, plus they're a little more precise. That front blade there and dot is smaller than the factory version. So I think due to the better sights and the Talon grips here is why I shoot this thing so well. So real eye-opener for me. I always, you know, I'm not ignorant to the fact that upgraded grips can help you shoot better and upgraded sights can help you shoot better. But for the most part, I've always just run factory stuff because I'm low budget, so I don't have a lot of extra money to do all the upgrades and stuff like that. So getting to experience that firsthand on this Glock 21 here, real eye-opener there. So then basically, I guess this is a review video of a slightly upgraded Glock 21 here. So but yeah, just with these cheap little wraparounds and these budget sights on here, makes a pretty big difference, I think. So let's get to shooting and see how well I can actually do. And just real quick before we do that, most of you guys know all about there is to know about Glock's household name there. Your trigger, you know, it's a striker fire. Trigger pull is 4.5 to 5 pounds roughly, depending on the model. They're all pretty much the same. With this being 45 ACP, Glock 21, you have a 13+1 capacity with the standard capacity magazines. And of course, there are other options to where you can get closer to 20. You got the tack rail here. The Gen 4's got these little finger grooves, whereas the Gen 5 and Gen 3's do not. Mag release here, slide lock there. There's your little takedown lever, if you will. Pull it down on both sides, pull the trigger, and then the slide will come off. And of course, Glocks have the polygonal rifling there in the barrel. Alright, so I got my gong there in the middle, so I'll just take some center shots here for the first shots to see where we impact so I know where to hold. Well, she's accurate. Just wanted to point out, guys, I was just barely missing these, but due to the angle of the camera and the angle that I'm shooting at, it makes it look like I missed a foot off to the right there. And then on this one, I actually missed off to the left. But again, because of the camera angle and in relation to where I'm standing, it makes it look off to the right.
All right, I gotta slow down a little bit. Yeah, there's still a little more recoil there. Those Winchesters are a little bit hotter than whatever I was shooting last time. Well, sorry, I didn't realize I was in the way of those last few targets there, but I'm going to load up here again. We'll do a little bit of a rapid fire on that gong. Alright, I got a little sloppy on the last few there and missed low, I think, but other than that, not too bad. Well, there you go. More than capable if I just slow down there. I was just all that talk about being able to run it so fast. I was trying to run her fast out there and had some misses. So, but if you couldn't tell from the first 3 rounds, and other than me putting like a mag or 2 through it with Andrew a few weeks ago, well, those are at least the first shots today. Those first 3 shots of the day pretty much just hit the exact same spot down there on the gong when we started. But yeah, I was blown away by that accuracy. And then also, you can see there, if I just slow down and make sure I'm actually on target and get a good trigger release, knock them down every time. I mean, those are headshots, guys, at 7 yards, back to back to back without even trying. All right, so now I'm gonna double the distance. I'm gonna stand behind the camera here, and according to my rangefinder, it's 15.2 yards to the all the bowling pins back there. Well, I missed a couple of those, but you get the picture. I almost forgot, I said I would try some of these, so I got a few of those loaded in there, and we'll try those out real quick. Well, this had quite a bit more pop, that's for sure, but still pretty manageable with the Talon grip on there. And it was weird, instead of like a heavy push like the FMJs were, the Winchesters, those are like a snap by comparison. So I gotta say, out here today, I am just a tad slower with this than I am my 40. So I guess what I stated earlier, not quite true. It depends on what ammo you use. So I can't remember what we used the last time, but I swear I was a little bit quicker with it. I mean, just a little bit. So whatever we used last time had a little less recoil. So that had something to do with it. So I guess that said, depending on which load I use, I am just as fast with this as I am my 40. That said, I have smaller hands, guys, and this, whereas the 9mm and the 40 Glocks, they have the same grip and slide width and all that. With the 45, it is larger. So the slide is wider here and the grip is also. And whenever I get these, because I've had a few Glocks, like I said, I always
run the smallest size you can, because you know they come with the different grip panels to make it bigger or smaller. I always go as small as possible, so this was definitely larger for me. So the fact that I still shoot it that well, even though really the grip's too big for my hand because I got little girly hands, that's got to be those Talons 100%. Like I said, I really like them. I only had to adjust my hand once, I believe. You guys will let me know, I'm sure, in the video, but all that I can recall, I didn't once have to adjust my grip until I got to these. One time I had to readjust because these things just, it's like sand, it's like sandpaper, literally. It's what it feels like. So I really like those. It keeps it real steady in your hand there. Only with these freaking things, 612 foot-pounds of energy, did I have to adjust my grip once. And honestly, that's just because I wasn't expecting it. It felt like about twice the recoil, honestly, as the FMJ rounds. So yeah, the fact that I always go with the smallest grip, and this is larger, being 45 ACP, and I still shoot it that well, that speaks volumes for these Talons here. That's all Talons right there. That's what's doing it for me. So like I stated earlier, it does have upgraded sights, at least what I would consider to be upgraded. Some might like the original Glock sights more than those, but I happen to like those a little better. So the sights help a little bit, but this Talon grip stuff here, man, it's making a huge difference. So certainly from here on out, I'm definitely probably going to be adding this to all my guns, just like Hickok does, and looking changing and upgrading the sights to suit my taste as well. But yeah, I mean, it's a Glock, so she runs flawless, and ergos are about the same, other than, like I said, the slide's a little wider and the grip's a little wider there. But this was way easier to shoot than I thought. Like I said, a big part to those Talon grips, but I think even if you take those off of there, it still wouldn't have been as bad as I was thinking. And I'm not saying bad as in like it's bad, but like I was saying earlier, comparing to a 9mm Glock, a 40, and then now the 45, I would have thought this would have been a lot less manageable. And without these Talons on here, it would have been a little less manageable, but probably not nearly as bad as what I thought. And with these things on here, it's just an absolute pleasure to shoot. So yeah, I'm highly impressed with the shootability of this thing in 45 ACP. And probably what I'm most impressed with is just the accuracy of it. It shoots, as you saw there, my first 3 shots were all touching. First 3 shots of the day. So absolutely amazing accuracy out of this, surprisingly. But yeah, I could ramble on about this thing all day, so I'll just put it this way. Absolutely love it. And with those Talon grips, even more so. If you guys want to get yourself any of the products I use in the videos, like my steel target there, ear muffs, paper targets I use, and more in that target stand, links in the description. Thanks again to Andrew for the loan for the review, and thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next one.